This company started by selling hair loss pills to millennials on Instagram. Critics called it a marketing gimmick. They said it was just a middleman selling generic Viagra with better branding. But then, it did something the giants of healthcare couldn't. It made seeing a doctor easy, cheap, and cool. Fast forward to 2026, and they are generating over $2 billion a year in revenue. They are profitable, they have 2.5 million subscribers, and they are at the center of the biggest pharmaceutical battle in history. Today, we are doing a deep dive into HIMS and HERS Health, ticker HIMS. This stock is a battleground. To the bulls, it's the Amazon of healthcare. To the bears, it's a regulatory ticking time bomb waiting to explode. Let's start with why this stock has been a rocket ship. The numbers are undeniable. In Q3 2025, HIMS reported $600 million in revenue, growing 49% year-over-year. Unlike many high-growth tech stocks, they aren't burning cash. They posted a net income of $16 million. The driver? Weight loss. When names like Ozempic and Wegovy went into shortage, HIMS stepped in with compounded versions, essentially generic copies made in pharmacies for a fraction of the price. This flooded their platform with hundreds of thousands of new users. But the real magic is the recurring revenue. These aren't one-time buyers, they are subscribers. With 2.5 million users paying monthly, HIMS has built a business model that looks more like Netflix than a doctor's office. While everyone talks about the HIMS side hair loss and the real sleeping giant is HERS. Women control 80% of healthcare decisions in the US, and HIMS and HERS has successfully cracked this code. The HERS division is growing faster than the core business, driven by mental health and dermatology. They recently launched personalized weight loss specifically for women, combining GLP-1 South with mental health support. This holistic approach reduces churn. If a customer comes for weight loss but stays for the anti-anxiety medication and the skin cream, the lifetime value LTV of that customer explodes. This bundling power is why they can afford to spend so much on marketing. But HIMS knew the easy money wouldn't last. The FDA only allows compounding when a drug is in shortage. Once the shortage ends, the party stops. So, HIMS pivoted. They launched personalized weight loss instead of just copying the standard dose. They are mixing custom formulations, adding vitamin B12 to reduce nausea, or adjusting the strength specifically for you. Why does this matter? Because legally, compounding pharmacies are allowed to make drugs that are clinically different from the mass-produced version, even if there is no shortage. This is their legal shield. It's brilliant, it's aggressive, and it's the only thing standing between them and a revenue cliff. Okay guys, the growth is spectacular, and the pivot is clever. That's the bull case. But to be a responsible investor, we have to look at the other side of the coin. Here is what could go wrong. The risk here is existential. First, the regulatory cliff. In early 2025, the FDA declared the Semaglutide shortage resolved. This started a countdown clock. While HIMS argues their personalized doses are exempt, Big Pharma is fighting back. In December 2025, lawmakers introduced the Safe Drugs Act, which specifically targets mass compounders. If this law passes, a massive chunk of their revenue could vanish overnight. Second, quality control risk. HIMS doesn't make the drugs. They use third-party pharmacies. If just one of those pharmacies has a contamination issue or a bad batch, the reputational damage to the HIMS brand would be catastrophic. We are talking about injectable drugs here. The safety bar is incredibly high. So, how do you value this? Right now, HIMS trades at a PE ratio of around 60. If they are a tech company, that's cheap. If they are a generic drug seller, it's expensive. The market is pricing in a win. But remember Teladoc, it was a darling until growth slowed and competition heated up. HIMS is fighting Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk. That is a war very few companies win. Is the legal shield strong enough, or is the government coming for their profits? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this deep dive, check out the KOF link in the description to support the channel. Remember, this is not financial advice.